Hello, I'm Luke,
I'm Louisa.
And I'm Lil.
and this is our bacteria report.
So, the question that we wanted to research is how fast bacteria will grow on raw meat, and we're going to test it over a certain amount of times in just an average room like a kitchen. And we want to know, we want to do this because we don't want people to get sick from bacteria infested meat. And our hypothesis is we think that if we leave meat out in a regular room, like a kitchen, for a certain amount of time, we think that the more time we leave the meat out, the more bacteria there will be, because bacteria grows with heat and moisture, and there will be moisture in the meat and heat in the room.
Okay, so we wanted to see, we're going to leave the meat out for 10 minutes and then 20 minutes, 30 minutes, etc., up to an hour. And we're also going to leave it for no time at all. And we want to see how much bacteria we can find on the meat. And so we think that the longer we leave it out, the more bacteria will be, because there's already bacteria in the air. And so, questions we researched are how much protein, fat, and water is in different meats, bacteria that thrive in meats, and how do they get there, and how do people prevent bacteria growth in meat. So the sub-questions that we found these online, and here's one of the places that we researched, a website, and here's another one, and here's the third. So we found a lot of research, and we found that one way that meat gets contaminated is before slaughter, and so that means that it could already have bacteria on the meat. And here are the links and the author information and why in the comments. So there's NDDIC, which is the National Digestive Diseases Information Clearinghouse. Okay.
This is our expected graph. This is how long we leave the meat out, and this is how much bacteria grows on the meat. We thought that the meat would start with about 25 colonies and then increase to around 100 colonies. And this is our materials list. We need beef, Q-tips to take samples, then we streak them into petri dishes, seal it, put it in an incubator, and then let the bacteria grow, and then we take a picture. So setup, we have to pre-cut the meat and put it in the fridge, and you need at least 3 pieces of meat and 6 petri dishes. So the first thing we do is we just take the meat right out of the fridge and take a sample and then streak it. And we have to label it also. This is how you label a plate. You put negative, which is 0 minutes left out, and then before taking a sample, 10 minutes and 20 minutes. And you also have to put your group name and the date. Then this is how you streak a plate. You put it in a Z. You spread the bacteria. You roll the Q-tip in the meat for 5 seconds and spread it out in a Z. Then drag it out and spread another Z, and then another Z. So it starts compact and then gets less compact, so it's easier to count. And then you leave it out for 10 minutes, and then you take a sample again, and then 10 more minutes, sample 10 more minutes, and then an hour. And that's one trial. Then you do 2 more trials. And the way the plate should be divided is like this, and then each of these times 3. This is one trial, and then you just do 2 more. In the counting system, we just take a square ½ centimeter and count all the little bacteria's colonies within that. And we put that number into our data table.
So this is our data table, and the average number of colonies was around 37 colonies.
And we put this into our final graph, which is right here. And the black is the average and the others are the trials. So as you can see, this right here is an outlier. Here's another outlier. This kind of brought the average down a bit. But this proves our hypothesis wrong. It means that it doesn't really, for up to 1 hour at least, meat being left out doesn't really affect the amount of bacteria. It means that the bacteria stays the same as when you just bought it. So that means that you just want to buy clean meat to start with. It doesn't matter if you don't need to worry if you leave it out for an hour. This is our caption, just stating all the facts about our graph. And then we also took pictures of our plates.
So these are the pictures, and the top row is the negative control 10 minutes and 20 minutes, and the bottom is 30 minutes and 1 hour. And as you can see, they look all the same, which is another way that we proved that our hypothesis was proved wrong.
And then there's a caption, but that's basically that's basically what Lil just said. Okay.
Thank you for watching our video.
Yes.